In 1945, General Patton sends Germany's confiscated gold reserve to Frankfurt, but the army train is robbed by plotters who also hire a Swiss hitman to kill the general. Brass Target. This is bottom of the box office, episode 2. 1978, this movie brought in $5 million. It was directed by John Hough. It stars Sophie Loren, John Cassavetes, Max von Sydow, George Kennedy, Robert Vaughn, Bruce Davison, Edward Herrmann, and it's a fascinating film. It's a fairly well done movie. And most people probably know who George Kennedy is from the Naked Gun series. He was the captain. You may also know him from Cool Hand Luke, as well as you got Max von Sydow, Sophia Loren, really well-known actor and actresses, Bruce Davison. It's an interesting movie. So the fact that it only made $5 million in that year that it came out, I don't know if it's a case of people just didn't know about it, or the year that it came out, 1978. Maybe it's a case where this is one of those movies that, people are kind of getting fed up with World War II movies. Because at the time, the number one top grossing movie of the year, for the weekend it was released at least, was Grease. Star Wars: A New Hope was actually the top grossing movie of the year. But you had Grease that year, National Lampoon's Animal House. It looks like Close Encounters of the Third Kind from the previous year had actually gone on and made quite a bit more money in 1978 than it did in 77. Every Which Way But Loose, Heaven Can Wait, Jaws 2, Saturday Night Fever, Star Wars Episode 4 was a fairly big opener that weekend, or that year, I should say. Superman, Lord of the Rings, or I should say The Lord of the Rings, because this was the animated one that was put out during that time. Damien, Omen 2, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and then coming in last place at number 13 was Brass Target, with a comparative to the other movies that were released that year on the domestic box office. It really came in at a low amount of $5 million. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which was the next lowest one, made $24 million that year. So it's interesting. This is a fairly decent directed movie. There's some of the action scenes in this movie that, because they do a lot of close-ups and odd angles, it's kind of hard to tell what's actually going on. But it was overall, it's a decent movie. It's not storylines. You can follow it. George Kennedy plays a competent version of Patton. As far as actors go, Max von Sydow as the Swiss hitman is Max von Sydow. He's a good actor. He does a great job. So it's hard to really pinpoint why this one didn't connect with audiences back in 1978. But if you have a chance, I would recommend this one if you can find it. Currently, the only way that it is streaming is through TCM, Turner Classic Movies, but you have to have a cable subscription in order to be able to stream it. So if you happen to know somebody who has it, or check out your local library, you might be able to borrow, check out DVD of this one. But yeah, I would recommend this one. Definitely check it out, and if you leave a comment down below if you've seen it, what you think about it, let's get a discussion going. What do you think? Why was the reason this one didn't succeed at the box office? Why didn't it connect with people? What was the reason why this one, out of all the movies that came out that year, it was kind of overlooked? And like video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all who subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye bye.